All right, so when you open the score sheet for the first time, you want to do a couple of things before the round starts. So first, you want to make sure that you are on the right round number. So we'll assume it's just round one, the start of the tournament. And in the top left corner here, you'll notice a column that has mod, scorekeeper, and verify packet number. So for mod, you just want to write the name of the moderator for this round, and the same for scorekeeper. And then for verify packet number, you want to make sure that the packet number that the tournament director emailed you, the number matches the current number of the round. So for round one, you want packet one. And if this is the case, then you'll just write in any character and it'll automatically check off as verified. And if this is not the case, you first want to contact your tournament director to resolve the issue. So now that's done, we can go to selecting the teams. So let's say that we have sample team A playing against sample team B in this round. And then we want to select the player names from here for each team. So let's say here are the players playing right now for sample team A. And here are the players playing for sample team B. So now as you notice that you have to select the teams from the drop down here. And these drop downs, they should be initialized from by your tournament director, and they should be automatically available for you. You do not need to input anything about the teams or the player names. And actually, if you do manually try to input anything here, for example, if there's a player who showed up to the tournament despite not being on the roster beforehand, you do not want to enter their name in the drop downs here manually because that will break our stat keeping system. And really it should be the tournament director who initializes these from the beginning. So if you do not see a player or team name in the drop down options over here, you want to contact your tournament director to get that fixed before you move on. So now all all of that is done. So we want to move on to starting the scorekeeping. So the moderator will read the toss up and you will give the points accordingly based on who buzzed. So let's say this player on sample team A powered, so you'll give them 15. And for a non-power toss up, you give them 10, and for a neg, you give them -5. So now we move on to the bonus. So as the moderator reads the bonus, you'll check off the checkbox for the correct bonuses the team gets, and if the team does not get it correct, you'll just leave it empty. So let's say they get 20 on the bonus by getting the first two parts, but not the last part. So now you notice over here that the toss-up plus bonus column and the sum column both updated automatically. And again, these you do not want to modify them manually in any way because that will break the scorekeeping system. And you'll also notice on top here that the score cell over here updates automatically. Again, do not modify that. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, the final score updates automatically. Don't want to modify that. And all the numbers in these three rows you do not want to modify. And also actually the bottom row. So the bottom four rows, you do not want to modify them. So now let's say you get to halftime and you want to replace player D on team A with player E because they did a substitution. So now what happens at halftime, you will want to add in player E as playing for that round. And since player D will only play half the match, you want to change the toss-up herd row over here for player D to 10 because they're only playing half the match. And then now player E is in, assuming they play the rest of the other half of the match, you want to give them 10 toss-ups herd. And now you continue the round as normal. And once you get to the end, you don't have to really change anything. Just finish toss up 20. And if you go to the tiebreaker if necessary. But other than that, you simply wait for the next round once the scores once the scores are updated and wait for the new teams to come in and the next packet to be sent by your tournament director.